Ripple and XRP are basically just positioning themselves to just run the entire world. Now, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but Ripple is so far ahead of every other company in crypto. And if you understand, and we assume that crypto is going to be adopted globally in the way that we think it is, the same way the internet saw adoption, Ripple is going to be the leader and the absolute winner um, throughout the entire industry. And what is Ripple's main focus in utilizing? Like what is their blockchain? XRP. So if you're bullish on Ripple and what Ripple's doing, and you have to be based on all the information that we're getting, you automatically should be unbelievably bullish on XRP and the XRP ledger. So we're gonna go over like the big news that we got the other day, and then we'll just look at a few other things. But let's start here with the charts. Okay, Bitcoin looking strong, right? Pushing back towards 100K. XRP right now lagging behind a little bit, not doing all that much. But we know that XRP will lag and do nothing. And then, like we saw back in, November here, uh, it'll just go vertical at the flip of a switch, basically. So I very much expect when this thing decides it's time to start moving, it's going to do something very similar to what it did right here. And it's going to go a lot higher, a lot faster than most people think. Um, we've gone through this chart many a times on this channel, and I'm sure you've seen it plenty. It's just beautiful, right? Macro consolidation, pennant, triangle, breakout, all-time highs. Again, macro consolidation, pennant, triangle, breakout, consolidating on top of the old highs. I think it's just so clear. Just like it was clear back here in October and November, and for all these months and years right here, what was eventually going to happen, that it was going to break out of this triangle. I think it's oh so clear that this is going to continue much higher, and we're going to see a double-digit XRP this year. If I had to put my money on it, and my money is on it. XRP is my holding, right? I have some hbar too, but I got a whole lot more XRP than I do hbar. So, guys, I think we're almost done with this little boring sideways consolidation period that we've been dealing with. Bitcoin is looking so solid to lead the way for the market. Bitcoin dominance is peaking out, man. At some point, this will come crashing down, and we're going to get a crazy alt season like we had right here in 2021 and like we had back here in 2017. I think it's just a matter of time, in my opinion. Again, anything can happen. But I believe that will be the case. And we're going to see something absolutely magical that most of us are not even able to fathom the way that the market's going to move, right? I think plenty of alts are going to do crazy numbers, right? HBAR, like I said, Ondo, I think, is positioned to go freaking bananas with their connections to BlackRock. We won't go through the whole list, but you get the idea. I think we're in for some very good times in the very near future. And, fingers crossed, right? So the big news that we got is that Ripple was trying or has offered to acquire Circle, the company that issues USDC. That's nuts, right? We know that Ripple just released their stablecoin, RLUSD, and that's slowly been rolling out. Not super massive yet. But if they were to acquire USDC, if they were to acquire Circle and just scoop up all of the business that they already have and capture that entire part of the stablecoin market, Ripple has it all, right? Ripple has custody, payments, stablecoins. They would basically have a monopoly on institutional crypto adoption. So remember, like a little while ago, like a month or so, right? Ripple acquired Hidden Road, which is a FINRA broker dealer. Like they already have a broker dealer license, or they owned Hidden Road, and then Hidden Road acquired their broker dealer license, expanding its fixed income capabilities. But yeah, they spent $1.25 billion acquiring that company. We know they acquired Medico for custody quite some time ago. The bullish news just keeps rolling in. It's clear that Ripple is the dominant player. They're getting everything they want. And then we got news, or possible news, that Brad Garlinghouse raised the bid that they had on Circle from 5 billion to 20 billion. 20 billion. And the deal's likely to move forward towards completion. But he says the source is a little iffy. Take it with a grain of salt. But if true, freaking huge. Absolutely massive. Ripple's making a massive bet and going all in on stablecoin markets because, hint, hint, they know exactly what's coming. Ripple's always known exactly what's coming. So if they can go through with this acquisition, I think sky's the limit. I mean, we already do believe that the sky's the limit for XRP, but just another crazy positive news narrative to see come out. We're still waiting for the SEC to officially announce the ending of the lawsuit with Ripple. All right, we already know that they have a settlement, but we want that official SEC announcement. So much to look forward to, guys. We're living in the moment as XRP holders that we've been waiting for years. Gotta show a little gratitude, you know. Some side news here that BlackRock files for digital shares class, DLT shares of its $150 billion money market fund. The shares will use blockchain technology to mirror ownership. So we just see more adoption of crypto. Here from Cobb, Ripple will own everything and you will use the XRPL and be happy. Good work, Cobb, spreading the good message. Another piece of positive news, XRP is now available on MetaMask. So just helping that on-chain XRP adoption, which rolls into our last little thing here. Well, another point, Joey Wallet is on the horizon here of coming out. The team that developed First Ledger is making a wallet, right? Similar to how you have Zaman Wallet. You'll have Joey Wallet here, and it will likely provide a better interface and easier user experience for interacting on chain on the XRPL, whether that be meme coins, NFTs, DeFi, whatever it might be. So that's coming soon. Keep an eye out. And look, guys, assuming we get what we think we're about to get with XRP, and it's going to go on this, parabolic run, crazy leg up, I would highly recommend keeping an eye on XRP memes. Again, meme coins, super high risk, super degenerate. Do your own research, make your own choices. Don't put more than you're willing to lose. But look, I've been working on Drop since day one of First Ledger, basically. It came out day 2. Drop came out day 2 of First Ledger. I started working on it. But I've been on First Ledger since day 1. But guys, let me tell you, when First Ledger first came out and XRP moved from 50 cents to $3, there was so much opportunity on chain to make money, to multiply your XRP. And I really believe that we're going to enter a time period like that again when XRP starts moving again. So we've still been grinding on Drop day in, day out. The entire time this market's been going down and sideways. Look, Drop, it's a cute character. It was the first mover of the ecosystem, first one to be onboarding people like that. It's a CTO, and it has obsessive team members like me and Andy. No cabals, organic supply distribution, real community, massive liquidity pools, coded into the XRPL. There are 1 million drops in every XRP, so the supply of Drop, the meme coin, is 1 million. The smallest unit of an XRP is called a drop, right? Same way the smallest unit of a Bitcoin is called a Satoshi. And, it's destined for greatness. So check out Dropcoin XRPL if you're interested in the memes. If not, no worries. Stick to your XRP, stick to the utility stuff. And I think we're in for a very good time regardless. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, repost on X, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.